This week on the Nigeria Economic Update. Private sector output increased to 52.7 points in December 2024. The December 2024 Purchasing Managers Index (PMI) survey by the Stanbic IBTC Bank of Nigeria showed that the private sector output rose to 52.7 points, up from the 49.6 recorded in November 2024, marking the first expansion of its kind in 6 months. This 6.25% increase occurred as a result of higher consumer demand and holiday-related purchasing activity, despite increased inflation and higher electricity costs. Sectoral analysis revealed a 13.93-point growth in agriculture, while manufacturing and services declined by 2.43 and 3.46 points respectively. To address these challenges, policymakers must strengthen fiscal policies to complement monetary measures. This is because when the economy is slow, just adjusting interest rates may not be enough. The government must make smart decisions on how to earn and allocate resources. For example, when inflation levels are high, the government can cut back on unnecessary spending and increase tax levels to slow it down. But when businesses are struggling, there is need for the government to cut back taxation and to increase spending on projects that create jobs. Secondly, total public debt comprises 51.22% of GDP. The economic report by the Central Bank of Nigeria, released for the third quarter of 2024, revealed that debt servicing reached 2 billion naira, with total public debt rising to 121 trillion naira and representing 51.22% of the GDP, well above the 40% national threshold. Domestic debt accounted for 53.95% of the total, while external debt stood at 46.05%. The rising debt profile was driven by exchange rate depreciation and increased borrowing to finance the 2024 budget deficit. Therefore, the government must enhance revenue mobilization through tax reforms. This means improving the way taxes are collected to ensure that all people and businesses pay their fair share. Additionally, the government should cut back on excessive spending in order to allocate these resources to sectors such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Lastly, headline inflation rose to 34.8% in December 2024. The December 2024 Consumer Price Index report by the National Bureau of Statistics showed that headline inflation rose to 34.8%, up by 0.20 percentage points from 34.6% in November 2024. This is 13.4 percentage points above the central bank's target of 21.4%. Urban inflation rose to 37.2%, and rural inflation reached 32.4%. The inflation is further made worse by our weak currency, high energy costs, and disruptions in the supply chain. Rising inflation has significantly impacted consumer purchasing power, disproportionately affecting low-income households and increasing the risks of social unrest. To cushion these effects, the government should introduce temporary subsidies for essential goods and services and implement monetary policies that stabilize our currency and curb imported inflation. Visit our website at www.ccafrica.org to read the full article of the CC's Nigeria Economic Update.